This week in Genoa City, the intense drama continues to unfold, leaving viewers on the edge of their seats. Kane finds himself in a significant moment as he finally gets the chance to support Lily in a meaningful way, strengthening their bond amidst the swirling tensions of Genoa City. Meanwhile, Sharon continues to grapple with her suspicions about Sienna, her doubts and concerns casting a shadow over their relationship and the dynamics within their social circle. In another development, Holden takes matters into his own hands, confronting Audra with a stern warning that could potentially change her trajectory and impact her position in Genoa City. The stakes seem to be rising daily, with Jack delivering a shocking revelation to Victor that reverberates through the Newman family, further fueling their ongoing feud. Additionally, Noah encounters Audra, a meeting that could potentially alter their respective paths and the dynamics within their shared world. Amidst all the drama, tensions escalate across Genoa City, affecting various characters and their relationships. Be sure to tune in for a week of explosive secrets and dramatic twists, as the compelling storylines of The Young and the Restless. Welcome to Celebrity Gossip 24 Hours, where the drama unfolds and the stories captivate. Join us as we delve into the intriguing world of Young and the Restless, revealing the untold tales and hidden truths behind the headlines. Kane wins Lily's +1 spot, Sharon doubts Sienna, Holden corners Audra with a warning. The latest episode of The Young and the Restless delivered a mix of tension, emotional confrontations, and unexpected alliances as several major storylines pushed forward. Kane's determined pursuit of Lily took a surprising turn, Sharon confronted the truth behind Sienna's intentions, and Audra found herself backed into a corner as Holden delivered a chilling message she couldn't ignore. Below is a complete, fully rephrased news-style recap of the events from Thursday, December 11, 2025. Lily's reluctant acceptance, Kane talks his way into a night out. The morning began at Crimson Lights, where Lily shared a light moment with Devon while prepping for the upcoming Abbott Communications launch party. Even though she joked about the event being more tedious than festive, she still planned to show up, if only because she was expected to. Devon politely declined her invitation to accompany her but hinted that he might stop by with Abby later. That's when Kane entered the cafe, just in time to overhear Lily mentioning the party. Lily immediately put up her guard, questioning why Kane seemed to be orbiting her lately. Kane brushed it off and sat down, curious why Devon was offering her good luck. Lily explained she was gearing up for the party, calling the entire thing a snorefest. But Kane saw an opportunity. With a grin, he declared the event wouldn't be boring if they went together. Lily was quick to dismiss the idea. She couldn't understand why he'd even want to attend, especially since he already owned the very venue hosting the party. But Kane insisted he didn't want to crash anything, he wanted to show support for Abbott Communications and see Newman Media sweat. Lily rolled her eyes, skeptical of his sudden loyalty to Billy. She even pointed out that playing humble didn't suit Kane, particularly with the messy trail he left after teaming up with Phyllis. That's when Kane dropped a bomb, he was done with Phyllis entirely. No partnership, no connection, no lingering attachments. Lily was shocked. She pressed him, half-jokingly, to clarify whether the sleepovers with Phyllis had truly ended for good. Kane assured her they had. He even revealed he recently uncovered proof that Phyllis stole his software, something he still hasn't gotten closure on because she never admitted it. But his focus wasn't on Phyllis now. It was on Lily. He wanted her to take him to the party. With her. Proudly. Lily refused at first, insisting they wouldn't enjoy the night. Kane challenged her, why resign herself to sipping drinks alone, smiling politely at people she didn't want to see? Why not have fun instead? He reminded her that she used to laugh freely and often, that she once had a spark he adored. He wanted to bring some of that back, if she'd let him. Finally, after some playful back and forth, Lily surrendered. Kane could be her +1, but it wasn't a date. She made that clear. Kane didn't argue. He simply flashed a triumphant smile and declared he'd make the evening memorable. But when Lily revealed it was a retro 50s themed party, Kane gave a dramatic sigh before agreeing to commit to the vibe. Lily teased that people would talk once they arrived together. And suddenly, the prospect of attending seemed a lot more interesting. Audra and Noah cross paths. Nick watches closely. At the GCAC, Audra made a bold move when she approached Noah and expressed sympathy about his recent accident. Nick immediately tried steering his son away, but Noah chose to stay long enough to acknowledge Audra's concern. Audra kept the encounter brief, projecting confidence as she asked how long Noah would be in town. Nick eventually escorted Noah away, leaving Audra to return to her table, smirking, as if she'd accomplished more than she let on. Nick then questioned Noah about how seeing Audra affected him. Noah insisted he was fine and shifted the conversation to Sienna instead. Despite Nick's warning that Sienna had a sharp edge, Noah defended their relationship passionately. He said Sienna grounded him and reminded his father their priority was protecting themselves from Matt's schemes. Nick agreed, making it clear they would not let Matt gain the upper hand again. Sharon confronts Sienna. "Are you really in love with my son?" Back at Sharon's house, Sienna tried calming her nerves over tea while discussing her intimidating recent interactions with Victor. Sharon didn't sugarcoat anything. Victor only gave intense stares when he suspected someone was hiding something. Sharon gently but firmly addressed the elephant in the room. Sienna had unknowingly married Matt under an alias and was now entangled in the aftermath. Sharon wanted to know the truth, specifically, whether Sienna's feelings for Noah were genuine. Sienna insisted she hadn't manipulated Noah and claimed her feelings had developed unexpectedly. She also argued that Noah did save her life after Matt drugged and imprisoned them both. Sharon believed her, but she still wasn't reassured. She explained that Noah was compassionate to a fault. He had a habit of rescuing broken people, sometimes at the cost of his own well-being. And Matt wasn't done with them. He was cunning and dangerous. Sharon made it clear that if Sienna stayed in Genoa City, Noah would put himself in harm's way trying to protect her. Sienna's voice shook as she asked what Sharon expected her to do. She blamed herself for Matt's rage, but Sharon quickly corrected her. Matt was responsible, not her. Before the conversation could go deeper, Claire arrived. Claire pushes for answers. Audra's secret comes to light. After Sharon stepped out, Claire got straight to the point. She wanted the truth about Audra Charles and Holden's suspicious interest in her. Claire shared what she'd learned so far. Audra stole a wallet at Sienna's club, cashed a check inside, then shared the proceeds with Holden. But Claire didn't buy the simple "a stolen check" explanation. She sensed something darker. Sienna reluctantly admitted Audra did steal the check and did involve Holden, but Sienna believed more happened that Audra and Holden weren't admitting. Claire pressed harder, but before Sienna could elaborate, Nick and Noah returned home. The tension thickened instantly, prompting Sienna to cut off the conversation and claim they'd been discussing Los Angeles and the club where she worked. Once Claire left, Noah reassured Sienna that she needed to stay in town until Matt was no longer a threat. But Sienna doubted that was realistic. In fact, the more she mulled over Sharon's warnings, the more she believed she should leave Genoa City for good. Holden corners Audra, a warning she can't ignore. Downstairs at the GCAC, Holden tracked down Audra at the bar. The two exchanged cutting remarks immediately. Holden wondered why she wasn't at the launch party, teasing that she must feel snubbed. Audra tossed back just as much attitude, accusing him of enjoying her misfortunes. Holden insisted he wasn't her enemy. They shared too much history. He didn't want to see her hurt. Audra scoffed, bringing up the moment Claire nearly crushed her throat. Holden countered that she seemed to be breathing well enough, and that she needed to drop her obsession with taking Claire down. But Audra wasn't budging. She ranted that Claire had gone from a tempted family annihilator to Genoa City's new golden child. Meanwhile, Audra was treated like an outsider. She accused Claire of flaunting her privilege and Holden of buying into it. Holden told her she sounded jealous. Audra smirked, refusing to deny it. She claimed she was tougher, smarter, and more ambitious than Claire, and nobody in town appreciated that. Holden revealed he was on her side, but he warned her to find a way to coexist with Claire before things spiraled. His warning only fueled her fire. Audra vowed to destroy Claire completely. Holden's tone shifted. He told her plainly that he had already solved his Audra problem, and that if she went down, she'd be going down alone. Audra fired back that he couldn't erase their past. If she became collateral damage, he would sink with her. But Holden insisted things had changed. He was no longer vulnerable to her threats. Audra snarled that Claire's interest in him wouldn't last. She said Claire wanted power, not someone power-adjacent. Holden replied with a final, ominous note: Claire wasn't the one Audra needed to fear. If she came after Claire again, she'd have to face him, too. Final takeaway. This episode laid the groundwork for several explosive confrontations. Kane and Lily's connection is warming up despite Lily's resistance. Sienna's future in Genoa City is slipping through her fingers as Sharon pushes for the truth. Claire is inching closer to uncovering Audra's darkest secrets. Holden's loyalty remains a mystery, and his warning signals that Audra may finally be cornered. Genoa City's tensions are rising fast, and these storylines are clearly on the verge of erupting. Today's next update. YNR recap, December 10th, 2025, Jack stuns Victor, Noah meets Audra, and tension builds across Genoa City. Wednesday's episode of The Young and the Restless delivered a steady stream of confrontations, uneasy alliances, and long-awaited reunions as several storylines converged. From Victor's escalating feud with Jack to Noah's unexpected encounter with Audra, Genoa City was buzzing with activity as the Abbott Communications launch drew near. Sally and Billy brace for a big night. At the Jazz Club, the countdown to the debut of Abbott Communications had Sally and Billy working in perfect sync. Together, they gathered the small but determined team running the new media venture and promised that no one would derail their progress, not tonight, not ever. Billy reassured Sally that he was proud to serve as her right-hand man. She made sure he was comfortable with her leading the operation, but Billy insisted he believed in her completely. If he were the one in charge, he joked, people would already be waiting for him to trip up. Sally was intent on proving doubters wrong. Their prep was interrupted by Audra, who appeared unexpectedly with a perfectly polished smile. She handed Sally a symbolic gift, a book rooted in Greek mythology, and pointed out a story of a remote island ruled solely by women. If things ever fell apart with Billy, Audra said lightly, Sally could always escape there. Sally assured her that wouldn't be necessary. Even so, Audra claimed she would always be in Sally's corner, and the two shared a brief, somewhat awkward hug. Jack and Kyle anticipate Victor's next strike. Nearby at the bar, Jack reminisced with Kyle about everything they'd done to protect Chabot from Victor's relentless pressure campaign. Jack admitted that their late patriarch, John Abbott, had taught him nearly everything about running the company, and he would have hated seeing Victor's recent schemes. Kyle reminded his father that they'd taken every precaution they could. Now it was simply a matter of waiting for Victor to make his move. Losing wasn't an option. Conversation shifted to Claire. Kyle confessed that she was fed up with Audra, and he was equally done with her manipulations. The irony, he noted, was that the key to repairing his relationship with Claire might involve confronting, or even outmaneuvering, Audra. Audra and Kyle sparked tension at the club. As Sally and Audra wrapped up their talk, the Abbott men arrived downstairs. Audra initially hesitated to attend the launch party, but Kyle pushed back, pointing out the inconsistency of refusing to support her closest friend. Kyle and Audra's argument escalated into one of their usual verbal sparring matches. She teased him about Claire distancing herself from him for good, while Kyle insisted things had changed. Jack stepped in before things got too heated, but Audra still delivered a sharp parting remark before walking away. Once Sally stepped aside, Jack and Billy briefly discussed Kane. Billy brushed off any concern that he might cause trouble. The real threat, Jack emphasized, was Victor. Billy remained optimistic the night would go smoothly. Kyle updated Jack on their broader plan. Diane was working to uncover the illegal tactics Victor had been using. If they were lucky, they'd expose him before he could cripple Jabot. Victor arrives home with surprises and warnings. At the Newman Ranch, Nikki and Claire welcomed Victor home from his trip to Los Angeles. Right behind him entered Noah, Sharon, Nick, and Sienna, whose presence immediately raised eyebrows. Nikki rushed to embrace her grandson while Sienna hovered at a distance. Victor quickly moved toward her, dropping his usual charm. He reminded her bluntly that the wealth and influence surrounding her came from him, and that she owed her current safety to his resources. Sienna insisted she was grateful. Victor told her he'd be watching her closely. Once he rejoined the family, Noah introduced Sienna properly. Claire recognized her from the Shadow Room incident and asked what brought her to town. Nikki eyed her warily, while Adam and Chelsea soon joined the group. Victor eventually announced the real threat looming over them: Matt Clark was alive. Sienna and Nick clarified that Matt had been posing as her husband, Mitch, using a new identity. The group revisited Matt's long list of crimes, and Sharon urged them not to underestimate how dangerous he could be. Noah revealed that Matt had caused the recent crash that nearly killed him. Nikki was horrified that he hadn't been arrested yet, but Victor assured her a plan was already in motion. Nikki pushes back as Victor prepares his counterattack. After the others dispersed, Nikki asked Victor if he planned to attend Abbott Communications' launch. He dismissed the idea, saying he had more pressing business. Nikki pushed for answers, but Victor refused to reveal his plans. Meanwhile, Victor pulled Adam aside and confirmed that the AI attack they discussed, one aimed at infiltrating Jabot's systems, was set to happen while the Abbotts were distracted by their party. Adam wasn't thrilled about targeting Jack personally, but Victor pointed out that Abbott Communications was a direct competitor to Newman Media. Their plotting was interrupted by a call from Michael, who reported something unexpected: Jabot had made major moves to shut down its infrastructure in advance. Victor realized Jack wasn't as vulnerable as he'd assumed. Unbeknownst to him, Nikki overheard the entire exchange. Sienna faces Sharon, and Noah sets a trap. Back at Sharon's house, she invited Noah and Sienna inside. Sienna nervously commented on how close Noah's family seemed and how intimidating Victor was. Noah assured her she was safe there. Sharon walked in on them sharing a kiss, creating a brief moment of discomfort. Nick arrived moments later to take Noah away to finalize their plan for luring Matt out. Once alone, Sharon turned to Sienna with a serious expression, wanting clarity on a few things. Launch night brings one final shock. At the jazz club, Jack, Billy, and Kyle anticipated Victor's downfall. Jack believed Victor's arrogance would blind him to the trap waiting for him. Kyle admitted that revenge felt sweet. Meanwhile, Noah and Nick arrived at the club to book a room under Noah and Sienna's names as bait for Matt. Just as Noah finished at the front desk, he unexpectedly turned to find Audra standing nearby. They exchanged cautious smiles, an encounter sure to set off emotional aftershocks in the episodes ahead. Today's next update. Young and the Restless early spoilers, December 15th to 19th. Nikki catches Victor's secret scheme, Newman lies blow wide open. Early spoilers for The Young and the Restless covering December 15th to 19th tease a dramatic week in Genoa City, with Nikki uncovering Victor's hidden agenda, the Newman family shaken by an unexpected bombshell, and tensions rising across town as old rivalries heat up. As usual, we take a quick look at what's unfolding at the end of this week before diving into the explosive moments coming up next. Jabot on defense, Jack and Kyle brace for Victor's next strike. Midweek spoilers for Wednesday, December 10th, set the stage for an Abbott family crisis. Jack confides to Kyle that he's relieved their late patriarch, John Abbott, isn't around to witness Jabot's chaos as the company grapples with the recent AI attack. Kyle, however, insists they're not as vulnerable as Victor believes. He's confident they can push back, and maybe even get ahead of the Newman assault. Kyle also brings Jack up to speed on the growing friction between Claire and Audra. According to him, Claire's issues with Audra may run deeper than expected, and Kyle thinks that tension might give him an opportunity to win Claire back. It's an odd plan, but in Genoa City, emotional chaos is practically a strategy. Meanwhile, Billy and Sally are buzzing with anticipation as they finalize preparations for their Abbott Communications launch. Billy is thrilled to stand beside Sally as her right hand, insisting that this project will silence critics and prove their vision is solid. Sally embraces the confidence boost, ready to walk into the launch party with her head high. Audra drops in to offer a polite but pointed good luck visit, and even brings Sally a small gift. She keeps things cordial, promising she'll accept Sally's future job offer once the investors fall in line. Kyle and Audra clash again, sparks of the worst kind. When Jack and Kyle swing by to check on the Abbott.com setup, Sally asks if Audra plans to attend the launch. Kyle bluntly tells her that Audra should show up because Sally is practically her only friend. That comment quickly sets off another verbal duel between Kyle and Audra. Audra throws sharp remarks about Claire ditching him, but Kyle hints the situation between him and Claire isn't as over as she thinks. Jack switches focus back to business, praising the Abbott.com branding and warning Billy that Victor's aggression could threaten the new company. Sally reassures them she's implemented safeguards to prevent AI interference. Jack then explains that Diane had the Jabot tech team upgrade their own defensive system, including AI intrusion tracking that can trace any attack back to its source. Kyle is delighted by the idea of exposing Victor's tactics. Newman's shockwave, Matt Clark's name throws the family into panic. Back at the ranch, the Newman family returns from Los Angeles with heavy hearts and frayed nerves. Nikki pulls Noah into a tight hug, flooded with relief that he survived his near-fatal car crash. Victor immediately issues a firm but polite warning to Sienna, making it clear that while she's welcome, he's closely monitoring her every move. Noah introduces Sienna to Claire, while Adam and Chelsea arrive soon after. But the room goes still when Victor announces jaw-dropping news: Matt Clark is alive. Sienna admits that her husband, whom she believed was named Mitch, is in fact Matt. Nikki is horrified. Chelsea, unfamiliar with the dark history, gets a quick rundown from Sharon. Noah then drops the most chilling detail: Matt was the one who forced his car off the road. Sharon instantly fears Matt could show up in Genoa City to finish what he started. The threat feels very real, and the entire Newman family goes into protective mode. Nikki overhears Victor's secret plot, and her world shifts. After Noah, Nick, and Sharon step out, Chelsea questions whether Noah and Sienna are romantically involved. Victor dodges the question, clearly hiding more than he's willing to say. Nikki presses Victor to tell her what he's planning, but he brushes her off. Once the room is empty, Victor and Adam quietly discuss launching another AI attack, this time during the Abbott-Com party. Victor smugly declares that tonight will be the night he destroys Jack's empire. What Victor doesn't realize is that Nikki is standing close enough to overhear the entire conversation. But before Victor can celebrate, Michael Baldwin calls with news that derails the plan. Jabot has already shut down its servers, temporarily eliminating the threat of another AI breach. Victor fumes, unaware Nikki now holds a secret that could change everything. Genoa City takes precautions as Matt Clark looms. Sharon brings Noah and Sienna home, assuring Sienna she can stay until Matt is apprehended. Sienna is moved by the family unity the Newmans show, something she hasn't experienced in a long time. Noah believes the ranch is the safest place for Sienna, but longtime viewers know that statement is debatable. From Ian Ward to Cameron Kirsten, villains have infiltrated that property too many times to count. Nick pulls Noah aside to talk security and suggests they take extra steps to mislead Matt if he comes to town. Later, Nick and Noah book a hotel room under Noah and Sienna's names to throw Matt off their trail. At the GCAC, they run into Audra, who freezes when she sees Noah back in Genoa City. Thursday and Friday teasers, tension, protection, and party drama. Thursday's episode puts Lily in focus as she debates attending the Abbott-Com launch. Kane offers to accompany her, promising to make the night fun, and Lily finds herself softening toward him again. The news that he cut ties with Phyllis doesn't hurt either. Audra makes a hush-hush deal with Holden, hinting at a shared past that could explode at any moment. Sharon questions Sienna about her real intentions toward Noah, protective instincts rising. Friday brings more pressure for the Newmans. Nick steps up his efforts to protect Sharon, possibly even considering staying at her place. Lily listens as Nate vents about Victoria and Audra, and Phyllis continues to antagonize Kane, unaware that a storm is brewing in her direction. Next week, December 15th to 19th, relationships shift, AI returns, and danger creeps in. Sienna and Noah grow closer. Their emotional connection intensifies, but Noah faces a moral dilemma. He must call Allie and officially end things before word reaches her from someone else, and Jack is likely to intervene if he doesn't. Kane sharpens his plan against Phyllis. He's determined to expose her schemes, but the fallout may be bigger than either expects. Will Victor target Abbott-Com instead? With Jabot temporarily offline, Victor may shift his AI attack towards Sally and Billy's new company. Diane's tracer software could be the key to revealing Victor's involvement if Sally receives it in time. Sharon and Nick fear Matt Clark's return. They worry Matt will make a move on Noah again, and their concern draws them closer emotionally. Kyle and Claire plot against Audra. The two hatch ideas on how to undercut Audra's influence once and for all. Nikki takes action against Victor. Now fully aware of Victor's hidden campaign of deception, Nikki may be the one to shut down the AI threat. Victor's lies have crossed a line, and Nikki is no longer willing to look the other way. Today's next update. The Young and the Restless, December 11th recap. Kane turns Lily's night around, Sharon pushes Sienna on her feelings, and Audra faces a warning. Thursday's episode of The Young and the Restless delivers an evening packed with uneasy reunions, emotional confessions, and warnings that ripple across Genoa City. From Kane Ashby's attempt to charm Lily Winters into a night out to Sharon Newman's pointed questions for Sienna Bacall, the day leaves several relationships shifting in important ways. Noah and Audra cross paths after his accident. At the GCAC, Noah Newman arrives in one piece following his recent car crash, and Audra Charles wastes no time swooping in with seemingly warm concern. She plays the part of the carefree ex, pretending everything is fabulous while subtly hinting she wouldn't mind more run-ins during his visit. Nick Newman watches the interaction from the sidelines, clearly eager to pull his son away from Audra's orbit. With Sienna drama already weighing heavily on Noah, Nick doesn't want another complication resurfacing. Nick tries to steer Noah toward opening up about Sienna and what he's really feeling for her, but Noah won't take the bait. Instead, he keeps his focus locked on the pressing danger tied to Matt Clark, Sienna's unstable ex hiding behind the alias Mitch Bacall. As soon as Audra heads to the bar, Holden Novak appears and joins her. Their conversation quickly turns tense. Audra mocks his loyalty to Claire Bear and jabs at Claire's place in his life, but Holden doesn't rise to the bait. Instead, he warns her bluntly, drop the vendetta against Claire before it blows up in her face. Audra fires back, reminding him they share messy history in Los Angeles, but Holden subtly hints that he's already taken steps to remove himself from whatever trouble she's still stirring. His message is clear: if she insists on attacking Claire, she'll be doing it without him, and it won't end well. Sharon confronts Sienna about Noah's heart. Back at the cottage, Sharon Newman sits Sienna down for a serious talk about Noah. Sharon has seen her son play rescuer more times than she can count, and Sienna insists she doesn't need saving, and didn't manipulate Noah's feelings. Still, Sharon's concern is less about the past and more about what lies ahead. With Matt Clark still posing a threat, she questions whether Sienna's chaotic world is something Noah should be pulled into. Then Sharon goes straight to the heart of the matter: is Sienna in love with Noah? After initially dodging the question, Sienna finally admits she thinks she is. The confession unsettles Sharon. She already suspects Noah's feelings run deep, and knowing Sienna may return that affection only intensifies her worry about the dangers surrounding them. The conversation is cut short when Claire Newman arrives, hoping for clarity on the troubling clues she's pieced together. In private, Sienna confirms what Claire uncovered about Holden's involvement with the stolen wallet and cashed check, but she also hints that there are darker details Holden never shared. Sienna wishes she could help Claire fully, but something unspoken is holding her back. Before Claire can push further, Nick and Noah return, forcing the conversation to pause. Noah quickly insists that Sienna isn't going anywhere, emphasizing his determination to protect her from Matt. But once they're alone, Sienna confesses she's second-guessing everything. Maybe leaving town is the safest choice for everyone, including Noah. Kane wears down Lily's resistance with charm. Over at Crimson Lights, Kane Ashby strolls in and politely interrupts Lily Winter's conversation with Devon. Lily is less than thrilled to see him and even less thrilled when he sits down uninvited. Kane quickly learns she's planning to attend the Abbott Communications launch event, a night she fully expects to be dull. He immediately suggests a solution: let him tag along and make it more entertaining. Lily shoots down the idea, reminding him of the complications surrounding Phyllis Summers. Kane insists that connection is over and done, and he's focused only on her tonight. Their banter softens the tension, and Kane eventually wins her over. Lily agrees to let him come as her +1, joking that their arrival will definitely turn heads. Kane counters that she's the one who'll draw the attention, they'll just be talking about her. A night of shifting dynamics ahead. As the episode wraps, several relationships sit on uncertain ground. Kane and Lily's joint appearance promises sparks, and maybe trouble, at the launch party. Sharon remains deeply uneasy about Sienna's impact on Noah. And Audra's feud with Claire now comes with Holden's explicit warning. With danger still looming around Matt and emotional lines being redrawn, the days ahead in Genoa City are sure to deliver more twists. Today's next update. YNR recap: December 10th, Nikki becomes the wild card after overhearing Victor's secret plot against Jack. The Young and the Restless delivers a tense and revealing installment on December 10th, as a private conversation puts Nikki Newman in a position to change the entire course of Victor's latest war. One moment of eavesdropping shifts the balance between the Newmans and the Abbotts, and neither side realizes the magnitude of what's just happened. Victor moves forward with his attack plan. Victor Newman begins the episode with full confidence, convinced he is only steps away from crushing Jabot once and for all. He meets with Adam to finalize the timeline for their covert move, insisting they wait for a very specific moment, the Abbott Communications launch party. With the Abbott family distracted by their new venture, Victor intends to trigger a sophisticated AI strike that he believes will dismantle Jabot's digital infrastructure. Victor's energy is focused, intense, and unwavering. In his mind, everything is already lining up in his favor. The Abbotts are unaware, the timing is perfect, and the attack will unfold without a hitch. Or so he thinks. Jack quietly outmaneuvers Victor. Across town, Jack Abbott and Kyle Abbott are working on a defense of their own, one Victor has no idea even exists. Diane Jenkins and the Jabot IT team have already traced the vulnerabilities and pinpointed the nature of the incoming threat. With confirmation that an advanced AI assault is on the way, Jack decides on a move Victor would never expect, pulling the entire system offline. The plan is bold in its simplicity. With no active servers and no tech infrastructure available to access, Victor's AI strike will find nothing to target. Every point of entry is sealed before the attack even begins. While Victor believes he holds every advantage, Jack quietly removes the only weapon Victor planned to use. No alarms, no confrontation, just smart strategy executed at the right moment. A separate shock at the Newman Ranch. Back at the Newman Ranch, the family gathers as Victor reveals one more unsettling revelation: Matt Clark is alive, and Sienna once knew him under another identity. The news sends ripples through the room, especially given Matt's history and unpredictable behavior. Yet Victor remains fixated on Jabot, unwilling to let anything distract him from the move he believes will take down Jack once and for all. But while Victor is locked in on his own mission, he forgets the most important rule of a secret operation: making sure no one is listening. Nikki hears everything. Unbeknownst to Victor, Nikki is nearby when he details the entire attack plan. She listens in silence, absorbing every detail: the timing, the strategy, the reasons, and the potential consequences. What Victor fails to realize is that Nikki has seen this side of him before. Determined. Obsessive. Tunnel-visioned. And she knows too well how far this kind of obsession can push him, and how much collateral damage it can cause. Her expression reveals growing unease. Nikki can sense this plan isn't just about business, it's about revenge. And that realization makes her the most unpredictable factor in the Newman-Abbott conflict. Victor accounted for Jack, Adam, and even Diane's influence, but he never considered Nikki. Why Nikki changes everything. With Nikki now holding information Victor never intended to share, the battlefield shifts dramatically. She understands what Victor is planning, what it could destroy, and what it might cost their family. Whether she confronts Victor, warns Jack, or tries to intervene quietly, her choices carry enormous weight. Meanwhile, Victor remains unaware that his strategy has already collapsed. Jack's preemptive shutdown ensures the attack cannot succeed. Victor's timeline is gone, his assumptions shattered, and his chance at a decisive strike evaporates before he even presses the button. What comes next? This episode marks a turning point in the ongoing Newman-Abbott standoff. Jack finally gains breathing room. Victor's confidence takes a hit. And Nikki stands at the center of it all, a wild card capable of altering the outcome of this entire feud. What she does with the truth may determine whether this war explodes, or finally reaches its breaking point. Today's next update. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Friday, December 12th, Phyllis stirs chaos, Nate opens up, and Nick steps into protector mode. Friday's episode of The Young and the Restless promises a whirlwind of tension, revelations, and emotional shifts as several Genoa City residents find themselves navigating complicated relationships and unexpected confrontations. Kane and Lily's big night takes an early hit. Kane Ashby begins the day with a renewed sense of hope. After Lily Winters agrees to accompany him to the Abbott Communications launch event, Kane believes this might be the opportunity he needs to remind Lily of the spark they once shared. The prospect of spending the evening together adds a spring to his step, until Phyllis Summers enters the picture. Phyllis, notorious for lighting fires wherever she goes, is also planning to attend the event. When she catches sight of Kane and Lily appearing surprisingly close, she immediately interprets it as a personal provocation. Though no one intended to rattle her, Phyllis reacts with her signature flair, bold comments, sharp jabs, and a determination to disrupt Kane's happiness. Her outbursts threaten to sour the night for the reunited pair, but Kane will work to salvage the good energy with Lily before it slips away completely. Nate faces the truth about his heart. Elsewhere, Lily takes a break from the chaos to check in with Nate Hastings. Nate has been carrying emotional weight on his shoulders, particularly when it comes to his love life. Lily's gentle prodding encourages him to open up, especially regarding his ties to Audra Charles. Nate assures Lily that his involvement with Audra is firmly in the past, but that's only the beginning. He also confesses that spending time with Victoria Newman has stirred familiar feelings. Their connection, one that fizzled too soon the last time, seems to be reigniting. However, Nate is conflicted about moving too quickly, given the lingering grief Victoria carries after losing Cole Howard. Lily believes that if Nate and Victoria proceed with care and honesty, a new beginning could form naturally. Noah tries to keep Sienna close. On another front, Noah Newman faces a dilemma with Sienna Bacall, who is ready to leave town in search of peace. Noah, feeling protective and wanting to ensure her well-being, pushes her to reconsider. He worries that distance will only put her at greater risk and argues that Genoa City is the safest place for her right now. His emotional plea may be enough to convince Sienna to remain, at least until the danger she's facing is fully resolved. Nick takes charge amid rising concerns. Meanwhile, Nick Newman steps into full-on protective mode as threats continue to loom over Sharon. With tensions rising and the possibility of more trouble involving Matt growing stronger, Nick evaluates how he can best ensure Sharon's safety. Whether it means moving into the cottage temporarily or staying closer at the ranch, Nick is prepared to make significant changes to keep Sharon and Christian secure. His focus is clear: be close enough to intervene the moment anything suspicious occurs. Nick's determination to shield his loved ones sets the stage for a brewing showdown should Matt make another move. What's next in Genoa City? Friday's episode delivers a blend of emotional heart-to-hearts, simmering drama, and protective instincts, classic ingredients for a tense day in Genoa City. With Phyllis causing waves, Nate reconsidering love, and Nick positioning himself for a fight, viewers can expect several storylines to collide in the days ahead. Today's next update. Y&R spoilers: Abbott Communications' secret investor could be Victor, and Audra never saw it coming. A new wave of corporate intrigue is heading straight for Genoa City, and it centers on Abbott Communications' mysterious backer. While Audra Charles believes she's on the brink of a major professional win, this storyline may take a sharp turn, one she never expected. The latest Young and the Restless spoilers for the week of December 10th reveal that Victor Newman may be preparing a move that could shake the Abbott empire from two sides at once. Audra's optimism about the mystery investor. Earlier in the week, Audra met with Sally Spectra at the lounge, offering a thoughtful gesture before Sally's launch celebration with Billy Abbott. Audra presented Sally with a symbolic gift, a travel guide. The idea was simple but meaningful. Sally should remember to take breaks and explore life beyond corporate pressure when needed. Audra even joked about their old dreams of escaping to a women-only island someday. The exchange set an upbeat tone. Audra's confidence in Sally's upcoming launch was genuine, and she also expressed a strong belief that the secret investor behind Abbott Communications might be a woman, something she hoped would secure her a spot on the new team. Sally appreciated the encouragement, even promising to push for Audra to be hired once the company officially takes off. But while Audra feels optimistic, the truth about the investor may be far more dangerous than she imagines. Victor returns, and he's not wasting time. Back at the Newman Ranch, Victor Newman has returned from Los Angeles with Nick, Sharon, Noah, and Sienna in tow. Although their trip ended with the Matt Clark threat neutralized, Victor's focus now shifts back to something he never puts on hold for long: corporate warfare. From the moment Nikki sees him, she knows he's up to something. Victor's quiet conversations with Adam only deepen her suspicions. It doesn't take long before it becomes clear Victor is preparing a fresh offense against Jack Abbott and Jabot. Adam has already been filling Victor in on Kane's newly developed AI program, and Victor is itching to weaponize it. For the Newmans, Jabot remains a long-standing rival, and Victor believes this new technology might be the key to destabilizing it once and for all. But when Victor smells opportunity, he rarely limits himself to one target. Could Victor be targeting Abbott Communications instead? Although Jabot is Victor's primary goal, there are hints that he might unleash his attack during Abbott Communications' high-profile launch event. If Victor strikes there, he gets a strategic double victory. Jabot becomes vulnerable, potentially collapsing under the weight of a digital attack. Abbott Communications' debut would crash before it even lifts off. That kind of fallout would put the Abbotts into immediate crisis mode. Even more surprising? Victor could be the very investor supporting the launch in the first place. That twist would send shockwaves across Genoa City, especially for Audra, who has been placing so much hope in this mysterious partner. From Victor's perspective, stepping in as the investor gives him the upper hand. He could gain inside access, direct influence, and complete control of the company before it even becomes a serious player in the market. Such a move would undermine both Billy and Sally and potentially derail Audra's rising career. Audra may be walking into a trap. If Victor truly positions himself as the power behind Abbott Communications, Audra might find herself blindsided. Instead of joining a promising new media venture, she could unknowingly walk into one of Victor's traps, designed to eliminate her momentum and shut the door on her ambitions. As Genoa City gears up for the launch event, one thing is certain: the business battlefield is about to explode, and the fallout could reach every corner of the Abbott and Newman dynasties. Today's next update. Y&R spoilers: is Sienna destined for a tragic exit as Matt Clark's revenge draws near? A storm is brewing in Genoa City, and at the center of it is Sienna Bacall, a character whose future on The Young and the Restless is becoming more uncertain by the day. Recent spoilers suggest that Sienna may be heading toward a dark turning point, potentially becoming collateral damage in Matt Clark's growing vendetta against the Newmans. Sienna's safety is slipping away. Noah Newman has made it clear that he intends to keep Sienna safe at all costs. He believes that staying close to his family, and under the umbrella of Newman protection, gives Sienna the best chance at survival. But the more Noah insists he can shield her, the more fans are starting to question whether he has unintentionally placed her in deeper danger. Victor Newman may have encouraged Sienna to leave town for her own protection, but Noah fought that idea, persuading her to stay by his side. Now, instead of being far from danger, Sienna is standing right where Matt is most likely to strike. Matt Clark's motivation is stronger than ever. Matt Clark, operating under the alias Mitch Bacall, already has every reason to seek revenge. Victor dismantled his financial stability and took his Los Angeles nightclub right out from under him. That humiliation alone would be enough to push Matt over the edge, but the emotional betrayal from Sienna has deepened the wound. With Sienna now living in Genoa City alongside Noah, Matt may assume she's slipping comfortably into a wealthy, powerful family. From his perspective, her new living arrangements could look like a reward for betraying him. And that's exactly the kind of perception that fuels revenge. To make matters worse, Matt has a long and complicated history with both Nick and Sharon Newman. Now that Sienna is mingling within their orbit, Matt's anger may intensify. The past, the resentment, and the explosive emotions surrounding his failed marriage all blend into dangerous motivation. Is Sienna in the wrong place at the worst time? When Sienna confided in Noah during the December 10th episode, she admitted feeling out of place around the Newman family. That uneasy feeling may be more than just social discomfort. It may signal that she's occupying a space she was never meant to stay in for long. Fans have also picked up on this, pointing out that Sienna feels like a character designed for the Los Angeles storyline rather than one rooted in Genoa City drama. Her sudden involvement with the Newmans, especially during a major revenge arc, has heightened speculation that her purpose may be tied to a dramatic turning point rather than long-term future storytelling. Soap operas often introduce characters who serve a specific emotional or narrative function before being written out. Viewers may remember similar short-term characters like Damian Kane, individuals brought in to complicate lives, deepen rivalries, or spark trauma before their exit. Sienna could be following that pattern. A brewing revenge arc that could end badly. While nothing is confirmed, the writing appears to be aligning Sienna directly in Matt's path. As he prepares a new plan to retaliate against the Newmans, his anger seems to be widening, not narrowing. Sienna's proximity to Noah gives Matt an opportunity to strike where it hurts without directly confronting Victor. Whether she becomes a symbolic target or a direct casualty of Matt's next move remains to be seen, but her storyline is approaching a dangerous crossroads. What happens next? With Matt plotting his next tactical blow and the Newmans gearing up for whatever comes their way, viewers should brace for dramatic twists. Sienna's fate may hang on what happens in the coming episodes, and the fallout could reshuffle several storylines across Genoa City. Today's next update. Y&R spoilers. Fans theorize Sienna could actually be Kane's long-lost sister. Is Samantha really alive? Sienna Bacall has already made a major splash on The Young and the Restless, but fans now believe her story is about to expand far beyond Noah Newman, Matt Clark, and the Los Angeles drama she left behind. A growing theory online suggests Sienna may actually have deep-rooted ties to Genoa City, including a shocking family connection that no one saw coming. Viewers are buzzing over the possibility that Sienna might be linked to Kane Ashby, and the evidence they point to is stirring up major conversation. Sienna's brother mystery sparks suspicion. During a recent emotional conversation, Sienna revealed that she once had a brother and that she continues to honor him by wearing his necklace. Based on her tone, many assumed he passed away. But soap fans are rarely satisfied taking things at face value, and this detail immediately triggered speculation. Across social media, some viewers argue that nothing in Sienna's story explicitly confirms her brother's death. Instead, they believe this could be a setup for a dramatic revelation, that Sienna's brother is alive and living in Genoa City. And the character fans most frequently mention? Kane Ashby. Could Kane and Sienna be siblings? Longtime viewers may recall that Kane once had a sister named Samantha, a sister believed to have died when they were young. Her loss devastated Kane, shaping much of his early storyline. But this is a soap opera, where dead rarely means gone forever. Several fans have proposed that Sienna may in fact be Samantha, having survived under circumstances that were misunderstood or deliberately hidden. One user wrote that Kane is the only logical choice, while others chimed in, believing the show may be positioning the characters for an unexpected family reunion. If this theory proves true, Sienna would not be entering Genoa City as Noah's romantic partner and Matt's estranged wife alone. She would be returning as someone with biological ties to another well-known character. A reunion filled with twists, not joy. If Kane and Sienna are truly siblings, their reunion wouldn't be a picture-perfect family moment. Sienna's past is complicated, her choices are messy, and her involvement with Matt Clark has already put the Newmans on edge. Meanwhile, Kane is still trying to repair his reputation in Genoa City, where trust is something he hasn't fully regained. Discovering that his supposedly deceased sister is not only alive but deeply entangled in Newman chaos could send Kane into emotional overload. And the complications wouldn't stop there. Sienna's life in Genoa City could unravel quickly. Noah wants to believe in Sienna, but his family remains uneasy about her presence. Victor and Sharon have both sensed inconsistencies in her story, and if a major secret like a fake identity or long-lost sibling twist comes to light, the Newmans won't take it lightly. If Sienna is truly the missing Samantha, the revelation could put her at odds with the Newmans even more than before. Push Noah to reconsider their relationship. Throw her into the center of the tension between Kane and the Newman family. Complicate Kane's attempts to rebuild his own life. Sienna came to Genoa City hoping for a fresh start, but her past is catching up with her faster than she expected. Whether she's truly Kane's sister or simply a character with more secrets yet to unfold, one thing is clear: Sienna's storyline is nowhere near finished. A huge twist could be coming. With fan theories heating up and the show dropping subtle hints about Sienna's past, viewers are preparing for a major reveal that could reshape several storylines at once. Stay tuned, Sienna's next chapter may turn Genoa City upside down. Today's next update. YNR spoilers, week of December 15th to 19th, a hero rises, schemes intensify and exes stir up trouble. The week of December 15th to 19th on The Young and the Restless promises a heavy dose of tension, tangled emotions, and power plays as several Genoa City residents prepare for the next wave of drama. From heroic determination to calculated revenge, the upcoming episodes are shaping up to deliver major movement across multiple storylines. Sharon's hero steps up. Sharon Newman will find herself at the center of growing danger as the threat of Matt Clark, better known in Los Angeles as Mitch Bacall, looms over the Newman family. With Matt expected to resurface at any moment, Nick Newman positions himself as Sharon's protector. The bond between Nick and Sharon has always been strong, but this week it becomes clear that Nick isn't letting any lingering feelings cloud his mission. His focus is simple: keep Sharon safe and be ready the moment Matt makes his next move. Viewers can expect Nick to jump into hero mode as the tension surrounding Matt intensifies. Nate and Victoria's delicate new beginning. Meanwhile, Nate Hastings and Victoria Newman continue navigating the emotional complexities of their renewed connection. Although Victoria is still processing her grief over losing Cole Howard, she can't deny the renewed spark that keeps drawing her toward Nate. This week may bring more clarity as Nate works to solidify their fresh start. It's a delicate dance for both of them, but one that could blossom into something deeper if handled carefully. Phyllis and Kane ignite another clash. Across town, Phyllis Summers and Kane Ashby are headed straight toward another explosive conflict. Kane has been working hard to rebuild his life, hoping his growing closeness with Lily Winters will lead to a real second chance. But Phyllis is never one to sit quietly when she feels threatened or irritated, and their escalating tension could easily derail any progress Kane has made. Whether Kane can keep his focus on Lily while navigating Phyllis's fiery temperament will be a key point to watch this week. Claire and Kyle put their scheme in motion. While some GC residents are tangled in personal dilemmas, others are fully committed to strategic plotting. Kyle Abbott and Claire Newman continue their newly formed alliance, working together to dismantle Audra Charles's growing influence. Their partnership promises to unleash some unsettling developments as they push forward with their next move. Audra, however, isn't easily intimidated, especially now that she shares a pact with Holden Novak. Holden and Audra's shared past may give them a tactical edge as they navigate Kyle and Claire's scheme. And as the pair grows closer while working to protect their history, sparks could quietly reignite between them. Audra's love life gets messy. Speaking of Audra, her romantic life may get a shake-up when she begins to rethink her feelings for Noah Newman. Although Noah is currently growing closer to Sienna Bacall as she settles into her new life in Genoa City, Audra's sudden interest could stir up unexpected complications. With Sienna already under scrutiny from the Newmans due to her complicated past, the added pressure from Audra's re-emerging feelings could make things even more turbulent. Victor versus Jack, the feud explodes again. At the corporate level, Victor Newman and Jack Abbott remain locked in a fierce rivalry. Their long-standing feud escalates this week as both leaders make bold power plays. Each move ratchets up the tension, and the fallout may spill into personal relationships, including Michael Baldwin's marriage. Michael recently celebrated a joyful milestone with Lauren, but his involvement in the Newman-Abbott conflict could easily add strain where he least expects it. A week of chaos and turning points. With heroes rising, schemers plotting, and exes stirring up emotional trouble, the week of December 15th to 19th promises to push several storylines toward dramatic new turning points. Genoa City is bracing for impact, and fans won't want to miss a moment. For more of the latest updates and behind-the-scenes secrets from Young and the Restless, make sure to hit subscribe and ring that bell. Stay in the know with every new release.